It's Reviews Day Tuesday, and this week I am going to review 3 things, 2 TV shows and a film. First up, The Crown, which is a 10-part Netflix series created and written by Peter Morgan. It follows the life and reign of Queen Elizabeth II from 1947, when she married Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, up until 1955. And there are due to be more series which take us up to the present day. The cast is so fantastic. It stars Claire Foy as Queen Elizabeth and Matt Smith as Prince Philip. And we also have Vanessa Kirby, Eileen Atkins, Victoria Hamilton, Jared Harris and Alex Jennings, John Lithgow, Harriet Walter, Jeremy Northam, Greg Wise and Ben Miles. That's enough just listing people, Mouse. I mean, it is pretty much perfectly cast. And the cast is so important in a show like this, and I imagine very difficult to get right, as the characters, the people involved, will be so well known to most of the audience. So it must be a difficult task for the actors, and I think they do well. It could descend very easily into caricature, and I didn't find that to be a problem very much. Also, I thought the show was very well written. I enjoyed the script a lot. It focuses a lot on character, which I love, on the impact of the crown on those who wear it and those around them. And the period in Series 1 is a really interesting period in history, because the series involves 3 reigning monarchs. You have King George VI, who dies and passes the crown on to his daughter, Queen Elizabeth II, and you also have Edward VIII, who abdicated. So it feels quite unusual as a drama about a reigning monarch, in that there are so many people involved who know what it is to reign. And I really like the use of flashbacks to the abdication and to Queen Elizabeth's childhood, for instance, as it keeps all of these people in the audience's mind, and it keeps the history and the line of succession and the family in your mind as well. So yeah, I was impressed with this drama. I'll be interested to see how it continues. There are inaccuracies, I am sure, but as a drama I enjoyed it a lot, and I will give The Crown 4.3 out of 5. So now on to Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. This is a romantic musical comedy drama, the second series of which has just ended and it is now up on Netflix. I've already talked about Crazy Ex-Girlfriend quite a few times, but I was surprised to find that I didn't actually review season 1, so this is my first actual review of it. The show is about Rebecca Bunch, who is a successful lawyer. She uproots from New York and moves to West Covina, California, in pursuit of her childhood boyfriend, Josh Chan. One of the things I like about this show, and which has happened a lot in season 2 particularly, is that it quite often goes in directions I don't expect, or that aren't particularly traditional or common in a romantic comedy. It carves its own path. At the end of season 1 it looked like we were going down the love triangle route, but season 2 has had a real focus on friendship, especially female friendship, which I love, and it explores Rebecca's mental health issues to a larger extent. We find out more about her past and where her insecurities and her anxiety and depression come from, and how it affects her life and the life of those around her. I've also loved the songs this year. I think that my very favourite songs are still in season 1, but I feel like as a group of songs I prefer the season 2 group of songs as a whole to the season 1 group of songs. Could have worded that differently, never mind. This year I liked the Ed Sheeran Thinking Out Loud parody especially, and the Jersey Boys one. Greg had some fantastic songs, as did Paula. It's been a good series. It has some great new characters, and it is focused on some different characters as well, which I like, and I'm looking forward to where it goes in season 3. I will give Crazy Ex-Girlfriend season 2 a 4.2 out of 5. And now finally I'm going to review a film, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. This is a 2016 horror comedy based on the book, which is itself based on the book by Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. It stars Lily James as Elizabeth and Sam Riley as Darcy. Also we have Matt Smith again, this time playing Mr. Collins, Charles Dance and Sally Phillips as Mr. and Mrs. Bennet, and Lena Headey as Lady Catherine de Bourgh. I had a lot of fun watching this film. I think it's a fun film. I read Pride and Prejudice a lot when I was younger, and I also memorised it at one point, which was a mistake, which means that I kind of don't enjoy straight adaptations as much as I used to. I tend to prefer adaptations which are a bit different, like The Lizzie Bennet Diaries, which is a modern retelling, or Death Comes to Pemberley, which is a sequel and looks at the characters and the story in a different light. And I enjoyed Pride and Prejudice and Zombies in a similar way to how I enjoyed Death Comes to Pemberley, because I liked being able to explore the characters and look at them in a different way and see them in different situations, and also to see the story, the events of Pride and Prejudice differently. I found the zombie thing to be less interesting than I found the story and the characters and how it had changed because of the zombie thing. The Bennet sisters were warriors, and they had conversations over fights and whilst sparring. They were strong and fierce and independent, which I enjoyed a lot. You know, I liked the film aesthetically, wearing beautiful Regency dresses and wielding knives, and also how it looked at female roles in that period and female roles in general. So yeah, I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. I was a bit apprehensive, but it was fun, and I might read the book as well. I'm interested in reading that. I'll give Pride and Prejudice and Zombies 4 out of 5. So those are my reviews for this week. Quite positive reviews. I have liked these things. I would love to know what you think about them as well. Also, if you have read Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, would you recommend it? I hope you have a great day, and I will see you later on in the week.